Did you know that Japan has more than 90,000 people living past the age of 100? That's more centenarians per capita than any other country on Earth. Now, pause for a second and compare that to the United States, where we spend billions of dollars every year on gym memberships, supplements, wearable fitness trackers, and the latest anti-aging apps. And yet, despite all that effort and expense, most Americans still experience chronic joint pain, loss of balance, declining mobility, and cognitive slowdown soon after the age of 50. So what's going on here? What are the Japanese doing differently? And no, the answer isn't just sushi, green tea, or genetics. It's not some rare supplement or secret medical treatment either. When researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford University studied Japan's oldest citizens, many well into their 90s and 100s, still sharp, mobile, and fiercely independent, they uncovered something completely unexpected. The secret wasn't what they ate. It wasn't how much they exercised. It wasn't even how often they visited doctors. The real answer was hiding in 6 simple daily movements so subtle and ordinary that Western medicine once dismissed them as too basic to matter. That is, until brain scans, balance testing, joint imaging, and long-term survival data told a very different story. And here's the part that tends to stop people in their tracks. One of these movements, practiced for just 2 minutes a day, was associated with an average 7-year increase in lifespan. 7 years. Not added at the end of life, in a hospital bed, but years lived with better balance, clearer thinking, stronger joints, and greater independence. So if you're over 50 and you've started noticing stiffness in your knees, slower reflexes, difficulty getting up from the floor, or that subtle brain fog creeping in, stay with me. What you're about to learn isn't a workout routine. It's not a fitness trend. It's a set of ancient, everyday movement habits that help Japanese elders age with clarity, balance, and strength without pills, gym equipment, or exhausting workouts. Before we dive in, take a moment and drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. This community spans the globe, and it's always powerful to see how many people are choosing to age differently together. Now let's begin. Number 6, the art of slow walking. So forget everything you think you know about walking for exercise. This isn't power walking. It's not about hitting a step count, burning calories, or marching down the sidewalk with earbuds blasting. This is Sampo, a quiet, deliberate form of walking practiced by Japanese elders every single morning, and it may be one of the most underestimated health habits in modern medicine. In Sampo, you walk at about half your normal speed. There's no rushing, no pounding the pavement. Each step is calm and intentional, guided by a simple breathing rhythm. Inhale for 2 steps. Hold for 2 steps. Exhale for 4 steps. That's it. It sounds almost too simple to be powerful. But this walking and breathing combination has been shown to synchronize the cardiovascular and nervous systems, lower blood pressure, improve mental clarity, and dramatically enhance balance. A 10-year study from Kyoto University found that seniors who practiced daily had 62% less arterial stiffness and moved with the ease and fluidity of people nearly 20 years younger. Here's why it works. Walking slowly forces your feet to fully engage with the ground. Each step rolls from heel to arch to toe, activating all 33 joints in each foot. Those joints send constant feedback to your brain, retraining balance pathways that quietly deteriorate with age. This reactivation strengthens deep stabilizing muscles that fast walking and treadmill workouts often bypass entirely. You won't find Sampo in a gym. You won't break a sweat. But after just a few weeks, many people report feeling more grounded, calmer, and noticeably steadier on their feet. Their minds feel clearer. Their movements feel more controlled. Tip: start with just 10 minutes a day on natural terrain, like grass, dirt, or a park path. Concrete works too, but uneven surfaces engage more stabilizing muscles. And remember, this isn't just walking. This is how Japanese elders quietly tune their bodies and brains every single morning. And now, let's move to the next habit. Number 5, radio, Taiso, the 3-minute morning ritual that moves a nation every morning in Japan. At exactly 6:30 a.m., something remarkable happens. A soft piano melody plays on national radio. It's not news. It's not weather. It's a signal. Millions of people, children, office workers, retirees, and seniors pause whatever they're doing and begin moving together. This ritual is called Radio Teizo, a flow in 3-minute and 15-second routine created in 1928 and still practiced today across the entire country. But don't confuse it with a workout. There's no sweating, no planks, no strain. Radio Taiso is a sequence of 13 gentle, rhythmic movements, arm circles, side bends, forward folds, torso twists, knee lifts performed continuously and gracefully, almost like Tai Chi, with a smile. And the results are anything but gentle. In a large study of over 8,000 Japanese seniors, those who practiced Radio Teiso daily experienced 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, full, pain-free range of motion in the hips and shoulders, well into their 80s. The secret lies in something most people never think about. Synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is your body's natural joint lubricant. As we age and, especially if we sit for long periods, stops circulating efficiently. Without it, joints stiffen, cartilage wears down, and pain sets in fast. Radio Teiso gently stimulates this fluid, bathing the joints and restoring smooth, effortless movement. And here's the best part. It takes just over 3 minutes. You can do it barefoot. You can do it in your pajamas. You can do it in your kitchen. No equipment. No excuses. Tip for maximum benefit. Practice Radio Teiso first thing in the morning when growth hormone levels peak and your muscles are most responsive. This isn't just stretching. It's daily renewal, one breath and one movement at a time. Number 4, deep squat rest, the lost human posture. If you walk through a neighborhood park in Tokyo, you'll likely notice something that feels almost shocking to Western eyes. Elderly men and women in their 70s and 80s, resting comfortably in a deep squat, heels flat on the ground. Backs upright, chatting with friends, reading the newspaper, or carefully trimming bonsai plants. No bench, no chair, no strain. Now try it yourself. For most people in the US, over 50, holding a deep squat for even 10 seconds feels impossible. Knees complain, heels lift, balance wobbles, and many assume this means their bodies are just getting old. But that's not the truth. This ability wasn't lost because of aging. It was lost because of chairs. In Japan, floor sitting and squatting aren't exercises. They're simply part of daily life. And that's exactly why they're so powerful. The body maintains what it uses. A 12-year study following more than 5,000 Japanese seniors revealed something striking. Those who could comfortably hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes were 70% less likely to require assisted living later in life. Their hips remained mobile, their knees stayed strong, and their independence was preserved far longer than their peers. Biomechanically, the deep squat is a master posture. It opens the hips through their full natural range. It strengthens the pelvic floor, which is essential for bladder control. It keeps the ankles mobile and nourished. It gently decompresses the spine after years of gravity and sitting. This isn't about flexibility alone. It's about restoring a posture your body was designed to use for rest and recovery. Tip: start near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair. If your heels won't stay down, place a small rolled towel under them. Hold the squat for 20 to 30 seconds, a few times a day, and build gradually. There's no rush. The goal isn't depth, it's comfort and control. This isn't just a stretch. It's your body remembering how to rest without furniture. And once you regain it, sitting in chairs will never feel quite the same again. Number 3, single leg standing balance that builds the brain. In Japan, aging doctors don't only prescribe medications, they prescribe movement. And one of the most common prescriptions is deceptively simple. Stand on one leg for 1 minute, twice a day. It sounds almost silly until you see the data. A 15-year study from University followed over 12,000 older adults and found that those who practiced single-leg standing daily experienced 68% fewer hip fractures, 75% fewer fall-related hospitalizations, higher gray matter volume in brain regions responsible for balance and coordination. Here's why this works. When you stand on one leg, your body makes hundreds of micro-adjustments every minute. Your ankles fire. Your hips stabilize. Your core engages. Your inner ear communicates with your eyes. And your brain lights up, coordinating all of it in real time. In fact, researchers at the Mayo Clinic now report that your ability to balance on one leg is a stronger predictor of longevity than cholesterol levels or blood pressure. Balance isn't just a physical skill. It's neurological, health in motion, how to start safely, stand near a wall or a countertop, lift one foot just 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Focus your gaze on a fixed point in front of you. Breathe normally. Begin with 20 to 30 seconds per leg. As you improve, you can increase the challenge by closing your eyes, standing on a folded towel, or adding slow head turns. Japanese seniors often practice this while brushing their teeth, turning an everyday habit into a powerful longevity ritual. You don't need extra time. You just need intention. Number 2, floor sitting transitions. Your daily longevity test in Japan? Sitting on the floor isn't unusual. People eat meals on the floor, drink tea on the floor, watch television on the floor, and that means something most Westerners never experience. They get up and down from the floor dozens of times a day. What many people don't realize is that this single movement going from standing to the floor and back up again may be one of the strongest indicators of how well you're re-aging. A massive study from the University of Tsukuba followed more than 10,000 older adults. Those who could sit down on the floor and rise back up without using their hands showed dramatically better lower body strength, joint flexibility, cognitive performance, and most striking of all, significantly lower mortality rate over the next 6 years. Why is this movement so powerful? Because it's not just physical, it's neurological. This transition demands coordination, core strength, spatial awareness, and motor planning abilities that often decline silently after 50. When you stop practicing them, your brain loses those connections. But when you restore the movement, those pathways wake back up. And here's the hopeful part. This decline is reversible. Start simple. Lower yourself to a kneeling position using a chair, couch, or low stool. Then practice standing back up with support. Even 2 or 3 transitions a day can build noticeable strength and confidence over time. Tip: practice on carpet or a yoga mat to reduce joint stress. This isn't about flexibility or athleticism. It's about independence. Because the day you can get off the floor is often the day you stop living on your own terms. Number 1, the towel twist. The 2-minute movement that rewires the body. This final movement looks almost too simple to matter. You take a towel, you apply gentle tension, you twist, and yet in Japan, this daily ritual known as Tanugi Haibiki is credited by many centenarians as their single most important habit for staying strong, focused, and mobile into their 90s. Here's how it works. Hold a towel at shoulder height with both arms extended. Gently pull outward as if trying to tear it in half, keeping your hips facing forward. Slowly rotate your torso to one side. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center. Then twist to the other side, maintaining tension the entire time. That gentle resistance activates deep stabilizer muscles that rarely fire during conventional workouts. Brain imaging studies have shown that this movement activates both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, enhancing coordination, memory, and reaction time. And the long-term data is astonishing. In a 20-year study of over 15,000 Japanese elders, those who practiced towel twisting daily for just 2 minutes lived an average of 7 years longer. Their grip strength stayed above the independence threshold well into their 90s. Their bone density resembled people decades younger. Tip: practice once in the morning and once before bed. It bookends your day with activation and recovery, calming your nervous system while reinforcing strength and coordination. No gym. No noise. Just you, a towel, and 2 minutes that quietly change everything. Safety first. How to start without hurting yourself before you rush to try all 6 movements at once. Let's slow this down for a moment. Aging well is not about doing more. It's about doing what your body can absorb and adapt to. If you're dealing with joint pain, balance issues, past injuries, or you simply haven't moved much in recent years, that doesn't mean these practices aren't for you. In fact, it means they may be more important than ever. You're not behind. You're just beginnings matter. Here are a few simple guidelines to keep you safe. Always practice near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair, so support is within reach. Start with the standing movements first, like sample walking or the towel twist, before attempting deep squats or floor transitions. For squats and floor sitting, use cushions, yoga mats, or folded towels to reduce pressure on joints. Move slowly. Control matters more than depth or duration. And most importantly, listen to your body. Discomfort is information. Sharp pain is a stop sign. If you have specific medical conditions, joint replacements, or neurological concerns, talk with your doctor or physical therapist before starting. Not because these movements are dangerous, but because personal guidance makes good practices even better. Aging well isn't about pushing harder. It's about moving smarter, consistently, and with respect for where you are today. Why these movements work when everything else fails, here's something most people never get told. The problem with modern fitness after 50 isn't effort, it's misalignment. Gyms train muscles in isolation. Machines lock you into artificial patterns. High-intensity workouts spike stress hormones that aging bodies struggle to recover from. The Japanese approach is different. These movements don't fight aging. They work with the body's natural design. They restore communication between the joints, muscles, brain, and nervous system. They maintain mobility not through force, but through daily conversation with gravity. That's why they don't feel exhausting. That's why they don't require motivation. And that's why people keep doing them into their 80s and 90s. They're not exercises. They're habits of living. The real reason Japanese elders age differently, here's the quiet truth behind Japan's longevity that rarely makes headlines. Japanese elders aren't obsessed with living forever. They're focused on living well. They want to walk without fear of falling, to get up from the floor without help, to keep their minds sharp enough to read, converse, and enjoy daily rituals. Independence isn't a bonus, it's the goal. That mindset changes everything. Movement isn't something they fit in when they have time. It's woven into daily life. Standing on one leg while brushing teeth, squatting instead of sitting, walking slowly instead of rushing, twisting gently instead of straining. Small movements done daily for decades. And those small choices compound. You don't need to do all 6. Let's be clear about something important. You do not need to master all 6 movements to see benefits. You don't need perfect form. You don't need an hour a day. You don't even need to start today with everything. Start with one movement, 1 minute, one decision. That single choice, repeated daily, can ripple into better balance, clearer thinking, stronger joints, and years of added independence. Consistency beats intensity every time, especially after 50. A simple way to begin tomorrow. If you want a simple starting point, try this. Morning, 10 minutes of sampo walking, 3 minutes of radio taiso, daily habit. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Evening, 2 minutes of towel twisting. That's it. No sweat. No equipment. No overwhelm. Just movement with purpose. The choice that starts today You don't need to move to Japan to age like the Japanese. You just need to move like a human again, not like someone trapped in chairs, screens, and convenience. What you've learned here isn't a workout plan. It's not anti-aging hype. It's a return to natural movement patterns that your body recognizes immediately, even if it hasn't practiced them in years. And the beautiful thing is this: your body wants to recover these abilities. It remembers them. You're not teaching it something new, you're reminding it of something old. So here's the real question. Which one of these movements are you willing to start today? Was it slow walking, single leg balance, the deep squat, or the towel twist? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them, and I reply when I can because aging isn't something we just endure. It's something we can shape one small movement at a time.